What's up, guys? Okay, this is going to be Libra. I just wanted to touch a little bit on where we left off with Virgo, because of course I got a call to do a tarot reading in the middle of my recording. So just want to finish a little bit of that thread of thought where we were saying that it's interesting that if you were, and I'm going to use my own personal example, my ex was a Taurus. Now, Taurus rules second house of like how you make money and income. And that Taurus was very short with me and wanted a lot of things really quick in the relationship, like marriage and children and whatever. My brain kind of made the connection just now when I was doing the Virgo reading before this, that the way that Taurus, second sector in our default astrological natal chart, how we make money, the things that we're watering, material goods, whatever. To the extent that she was treating me about shit that she wanted to be fruitful in and with, children, marriage, family, is a reflection of how I was treating my own kind of business, so to speak, or whatever I was watering and investing in and expecting a return on. For me, that happens to just kind of be like a YouTube channel and maybe even tarot reading as a whole. And maybe that's a stretch, but I would kind of think and look to what the actual zodiac signs of people in your lives are challenging you to do if it's someone in a demanding relationship, personal, pleasure, business, and what sector that sign pertains to in regards to the ruling house. Like, for instance, my mom is Cancerian, so Cancer rules the fourth house. So if I look at my astrological natal chart, it could just be the default one, the universal one, and see what that house represents. Fourth house is, coincidentally enough, it represents femininity, maternity, the female creative energy, the emotional house of comfort, and all that stuff. So, my my sister and my dad are Scorpio, so that's taboo, magic, death, inheritances, and I can't really think of any examples of how they challenge me, but in a way, maybe. But I would kind of behoove you to kind of do a little bit of that piecing together of the puzzle or of the matrix to see if there is some sort of reflection that you could pick up on. 222 on the clock, by the way, as I say this. My brain just put that connection together, excuse me, and the point of that was that, the way that she could have let up on me as far as being so demanding for me to fulfill what she wanted out of a relationship. Maybe there's some sort of reflexive reflection of that as to how I was treating tarot or the tarot channel or the social media presence and what returns I was kind of impractically expecting from it as a whole. So I know that there's no real science there. It's kind of more so an art of philosophical outlook, but the takeaway was, hey, look, if you're really kind of committed about this life, then you're not going to be demanding as to how many tarot subscribers or viewers or whatever. It's not something that you could rush, So it's going to be like a for life thing. And it's just kind of interesting because on this kind of cycle or this return, it's allowing me to kind of realize that and understand that as well in my life in a way that I could kind of be more slow and purposeful about what I'm doing with this tarot channel. Because there was this sense of that I was picking up on earlier readings of betrayal. And I think that oftentimes if we're projecting too much of a return on our investment, whether it's out of a business or a personal relationship, then if that return or expectation isn't met, then we feel like we're being betrayed, when really all we're doing is kind of projecting our own irrational expectations onto whatever that kind of industry or person is, or venture. So something interesting, some food for thought there. So this is for Libra overall, daily sign. Feel free to reach out for a one-on-one. Feel free to lecture, follow, all that good stuff. Nine of Cups in the upright. Piscean energy. Nines are about independence. This is emotional independence. Cross watchers, feel free to apply this to your 7th house of balances, relationships, personal styles. Emotional independence and stability here. Wishes fulfilled for sure, on fleek. Full moon vibes. Not sure where the full moon is at right now. Someone's going to be shouting at the screen that I should know it. Full moon in Scorpio, actually. Okay, I see you. Happy Easter, full moon Scorpio. Scorpio, famously ruler of sex, death, magic, taboos, inheritances. Libra, 7th house, I think joint bank accounts, or joint shared bank accounts, I want to say. Not for nothing, but it's kind of, it all bleeds together at a certain point. But juxtaposed to, we're talking about independence here with the 9 of Cups in the upright, and so it's almost as if you're kind of seeing firsthand validation of your own personal magic here, your ability to manifest, and holding tried and true to certain expectations and seeing that come to fruition. So you might be getting a firsthand view of what you're capable of doing magic-wise this full moon. We set our intentions with the new moon, and then with the full moon, they tend to kind of peak, and we see the results, and we see what's bearing fruit. And that kind of signal that you're holding strong to. So 9 of Cups, coming out for you, Libra. Emotional strength, independence, and or cross watcher. Feel free to apply to the 7th house, like I said. Gives me a sense of like you're only as good as your kind of weakest link, okay, in relationships or groups. So you are doing your work here and being emotionally sound and strong here. Okay. Knight of Swords in the reverse, slowing down, pumping the brakes, working less hard, working smarter instead of harder. Really taking your throne to an extent here, Libra and or cross watcher. In this emotionally mature and balanced way, having gone into the world, having clocked in your experience under your belt, now coming back wiser than ever, more even keeled and balanced than ever. In a good way, I think you're really kind of valuing and seeing what you have to offer. And yes, although maybe you can influence in a positive way, through your actions and your presence and your being, you could also apply that to, say, your YouTube channel. When you're done touching the road and being out there in the physical world, you could be this kind of timeless inspiration over the internet. So something to keep in mind there. Having had space between you and this venture, possibly as a result of not seeing progress, and yet really being about the life. So inevitably you're being led back to this side hustle or side project, or this kind of love project, this project out of love here. Star card in the passion project, thanks. Star card in the upright is you being able to do alchemy, you being able to do magic firsthand with the star card in the upright here. Processing good emotionally. Okay, remembering to jump out of the kind of imposed how things should be with space and time, as opposed to how they are and what you can do here and now, Libra. This may have been your lesson in this cycle. Okay, love the one you're with, water and feed the seed that's in front of you, as opposed to begrudging why certain things played out the way they did. So if you have this kind of mindset, then you're always turning quote-unquote setbacks into leg ups, an opportunity. Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, man, Spirit has your back. Very dope. Someone sees you as like a free party or a free agent, I should say. They want to invest in you. They did a little bit of a hermit mode themselves. So they wanted to hit the restart button. Yeah, they're going to reach out. I'm getting that this is the minor. Okay. Were you talking about the major and the minor earlier? Just be mindful that you're kind of looking for something in particular and not to try to apply that to this Six of Cups soulmate, because these are in different leagues here. So what you are looking for is this kind of twin flame partnership. So don't confuse and or hold it against the Six of Cups friendship for not being this twin flame soulmate. Don't conflate the minor for the major. Okay, Libra. Relationships. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there. We can move on to Scorpio. Let's see. Okay, I'll let you boy. I'll see you in a sec. Scorpio.